Yeah, so if you look to see how I taught, maybe try to embrace some of those.
Yes, I've used it to choose my winter and spring classes so far, but I haven't used it previously.
I mean, I haven't looked at the rate of my professor, but I'm guessing he's very easygoing, he's very engaging in the class. It's not
Make it through.
I like to think that it's fairly good. It's a good relationship. I hope it's positive. I hope they feel that way. I like to think it is. I like to think they feel that I'm accessible and open and fair-minded.
I do think it's fine if students want to use this as a tool to help them decide on whether or not they're going to take a class.
I got a recommendation for the class from someone else. I kind of needed it, and for the most part, SMC professors are pretty good, so I didn't have to worry about it. I guess that's from my experience of using it before and having good professors. So.
Of course, yeah, I've looked at it. I have 2 children. They tell me sometimes about it, and some students tell me about it. I try not to look at it. I'm glad that I got at least 1 chili pepper. I'm shooting for 2. I don't know if they do that. I'm looking for actually 3. But I am concerned about some of my colleagues and other people I read that maybe their reviews aren't that well.
If they see something negative about a professor and they have to take the class or they're interested in the class, maybe have a one-on-one with the professor, look at when their office hours are and have a discussion, and then get their own sense of how the professor is.
I mean, I think it could be valid, but at the same time, it's all opinion-based. So, if you go on Rate My Professor, I'm sure you'll see great stuff, and you'll see terrible stuff about a person just because of how the experience of one student had with them. So that's why I don't use it. It's not really relevant to what it can be used the right way. It's good as a reference, but it can't really be used validity. There's no validity in that.
I think it's pretty accurate because people are just on there to tell how they feel about the class, and usually a lot of people feel the same way about the class, so I think it's pretty accurate. The thing I don't like is when people go on it to kind of bash a teacher and kind of just say really bad things about them. But the thing I like about it is people tell what they really like about the professor, and that's really useful.
The information is, like I said, subjective, but for the most part, I found it to be accurate. Yeah, you just have to be objective. I think sometimes it's like Yelp. You'll get the one person that's just mad, and you can see that and feel it from what they're saying.
Teaching shouldn't become a point where we're getting these kinds of ratings like a restaurant or at that point. I understand we are in this kind of society that fosters that, but sometimes it's sad.
The restaurant can have a 3 rating from people, and then you go in there and you think it's gangbusters. Everybody's tastes are different, and I think it's the same thing for the college environment as well.
I encourage the students to look beyond that, look at their own needs, what they need to do in terms of study. They come to each class to learn. It doesn't matter who the professor is, the content is there, and if you're willing to engage and learn, come to learn, you'll be fine.